Hey everybody! I'm moving my fingers as always. Welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime? The host
How the episode's powered.
has me moving fingers.
Yeah.
Like on a wee hamster wheel.
yeah, something like that. That makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That's how I get energy into this episode. So we're back again for another
We
episode of
are.
Who's That Anime? The show that gives you the most uninformative information about shows in anime where we describe an episode.
Yeah. We're very ill informed.
No research done whatsoever. Well, I
No,
don't know.
none.
I think Steve does maybe a bit.
I
He has the wiki open at least.
do, and I have I have read the wiki, so there's that.
Yeah,
I try not to read too far ahead because I don't want to spoil things. So
that's fair. That's fair because I don't know how much he'll spoil in reading Excel.
also valid because none of it would make sense until I've actually seen it, and then once I've seen it, it may still not make sense. So
I mean,
there's that.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. Yeah, so we're watching Excel. We're going to describe 2 episodes to you today.
Yeah,
And,
episodes 19 and 20.
Yeah, and you're going to maybe watch and enjoy.
Maybe
Maybe.
you'll maybe watch it,
Or listen to it.
or listen to it. Yeah. So yeah, we last left off by Power Rangers by way of Power Rangers parody, and we're now back to Menchi being the focus again in episode 19. Menchi's Great Adventure 2 around the world in 80 hours.
Yes, not 80 days.
No, 80 hours. This is a fast round the world.
Yeah. Considering that they actually get off at places, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is
And using, like, not planes to travel.
no, because why would you?
Why would you?
I mean,
Yeah.
this is yeah. Yeah. My my prevailing memory of this entire episode is the series of events that lead to Menchi being able to escape the apartment.
Yeah.
Because, of course, as with the last time, there has to be a reason that Menchi is able to leave in order for the adventure to begin.
Yeah. You can't get, well, in the last episode, you saw him trying to escape with using tools and that, but he couldn't.
Walls were reinforced.
Walls were reinforced, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this time, he escapes by someone playing a game of baseball, and all you hear is a kid going, "This guy's throwing the ball hit the ball too far. Are you making my home run illegitimate? That's not very nice." And then he's getting chased.
Well,
Which is key.
So,
Key to the
yeah.
episode.
The bit about this though is that the reason he's able to escape the balcony is because he's gonna just jump, but then he jumps and someone happens to throw a mattress out onto the ground at the exact same time as he's jumping, making him able to hit the ground safely.
Yeah, I believe
and
the comment at that point was, "Oh no, my futon."
yeah, my futon, it's fallen out the window.
Yeah,
And then some kid gets hit by a car several times.
No, it's Menchi. But did you not notice that?
Menchi hits the kid, or something hits the kid. This kid keeps getting sent flying.
No, it was Menchi keeps getting sent flying.
But no, this kid keeps getting hit by a car as well. I'm sure of it.
No, but I want to say back to the futon because the futon, I don't know how he gets there because when they kind of do a pan up to the window, Menchi's on the top floor.
He is on the top floor.
So I don't know where it fell from.
The lower floors.
But flew by the window.
Did it?
I think it did. Anyway, This is Excel Saga. Nothing makes sense. Here,
No.
let's go on. So the kid's running away from whoever it is that he complained about the home run. He hits Menchi. Menchi flies
Yes.
into the back of a bin lorry or
Yes.
a trash lorry. I don't know what you call
Yeah.
it either. Anyway. And then they stop at other stuff, so he gets out. And then you hear this kid coming around, ah, get away from me, stay away, type thing. And then he gets hit again, and then he lands into like a food truck, it's meat and stuff.
Yeah, he gets packed up.
Yeah, which then takes him to a cruise ship.
Yes. Which takes him somewhere.
Looks like the same docks that was in America.
I mean, I'd be willing to admit that it seems likely because they definitely do this show on a budget. So
Oh well, yeah. The next bit is kind of obvious to that. So basically, he gets caught by the people. It's like, ah, a freeloader, eh? Stowaway. You got to pay your dues, dog. Even if you're a dog.
yep.
Oh, we're going to eat you. And then he kind of like sees Excel as the person
Yeah.
there, and then some person says, "Stop, person! Stop doing this." It's like, "What are you going to do about it?" And then she just throws a wad of money at him. And he goes, "Is that enough?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, thanks." "Oh wait, you're this person from the Alps," and then they shoot this weird advert, which is very low framed.
Yeah. Alps Electric.
Yeah, Alps. I was like, you may remind me from this thing. I mean, some little thing.
Troy McClure, is it?
Yeah, and then says anything to help anyone in need. That's what rich people should do. And it throws a bunch of money on top of Menchi. It's like, here, that's what you need. It's like, I
More
don't
money.
need money. I don't need money.
I need not to be eaten.
Hmm.
That's it.
And then they go on their travel. She has to travel around the world in 80 hours.
Yeah, because they're
For-
being hunted by assassins.
No, it's the grandfather's will or something.
Yeah, but isn't it like an assassin that's going after them?
Oh yeah. There's like an assassin that starts shooting at her.
Yeah, because then Menchi takes the wheel.
Oh well, that's when they get in the car and start traveling along the desert of America. But no, first time the assassin shows up is from the top of the boat where she takes a shot, and then
That's
Menchi
right.
jumps up and saves her, and then he seems to shoot the guy, the stowaway guy,
Yep.
right through the money.
Through the money.
Right through the money. And then they're in the car driving, and it's like telling the whole backstory, and then the shooter appears. By the way, the shooter once again kind of looks like a character from Lupin.
Lupin. Yeah. I immediately looked at it and I was like, oh, this is the thing Colin mentioned before. I remember him saying this. So immediately typed Lupin into Google image search. It was like, yep, that's what this guy is.
Yeah. And then he comes in a propeller plane. I don't know if it was a biplane, but it was a propeller plane, I think.
It was a prop plane for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, hold the wheel, Menchi! And she gets on the hood with her, like, Colt Magnum. That's probably it's not a thing. Colt Magnum. Colt is one, Magnum's the other.
I think Colt Magnum is the thing. I could be wrong.
No. I thought Magnum was the other brand, and Colt was the
Colt
other.
Python. Colt Python is a double action single action revolver chambered for the. I don't know what that means. I'm not a gun person.
Yeah. Nor am I. That's why I say Colt Magnum. Just like the Colt. It's the name of a brand, and then
It's a
Magnum.
gun.
Magnum's another gun.
The Magnum is the 357.
Different brand.
There's also a
though.
44 Magnum.
Yeah. Anyway, pulls out a revolver and
Yeah.
shoots the prop plane down as Menchi's like dodging the bullets of the guy with his like ability to.
Excellent driving skills of a dog.
Not Menchi, he managed to put his feet on the pedals too.
On the pedals, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't
He's
know,
not that big.
unless they had cruise control.
Oh no, they 100% had his foot going on a pedal in one of the scenes.
That's
It's
true,
like,
actually.
oh man, he's like long cat. He just elongate himself. I know he's a dog. Anyway,
Long dog is long.
long dog is long. Anyway, there's a throwback. So yeah, and then he like controls it enough so you can stop the car by doing like a, like one of those
Handbrake
scenes
turn
from
type thing.
one of the scenes from one of those car chase movies where they once they end the race they and they
Yep.
skip around. Um. Uh. And then they think, oh yeah, he's dead. But then you see like a metal foot come out, like the Terminator. And it's like, oh, okay, he's not. And then they go to the Sahara.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's some interloping clips of them traveling in boats and stuff, getting chased by squids. I think one of them, like literally a second of this picture appears when they had the map, then the Indiana Jones map.
They choose to spend their money interestingly on this show.
They do. I think next episode might explain more. Anyway, so then in the Sahara Desert on a camel, and it's like, yeah, no one's going to come out here because it's like blatantly hot and stuff.
Yep.
Blah. And then suddenly the ground kind of opens up, and it's like the scene from Star Wars: Return of the Jedi,
Yes.
as the camel and horrors like getting sucked into this pit of the
The
quicksand.
the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, and then they got the pincers at the bottom, and the camel
Yep.
goes in, and then all you see is these like bones pop out, just like dry bones type style.
Or a camel.
And then she's like, "Oh, don't save me, Menchi! You'll just get dragged in too." And then he's like, throws the rope down, pulls her out,
Yep.
and then the pincers turn out to be the assassin with a pincer hat.
Oh, I hate this episode so much. What happened to the camel?
It, oh, it's like that scene in Rick and Morty, man.
The acid?
The acid bath one.
Yeah, but what happened
Where-
to the camel?
Oh, it got eaten and went.
But by what?
It got stripped. Acid,
By?
100%. It's either it actually died or it is just fucking.
Or he's just down there and he just threw up some camel bones.
Yeah, it's went through the camel bones up. Oh, right, yeah, they're totally dead. What sick bastard he is. But anyway.
Did this invent the Rick and Morty joke?
maybe they didn't realize that
Oh.
they took it from this.
Yikes.
Anyway, no one knows what happened to the camel. That's all you see. And then they get to China and Hong Kong,
Yep.
and they're on top of the big cliff, which I'm not sure there's a cliff like that overlooking Hong Kong.
Probably not. It's quite flat, isn't it?
I thought so. There's
Yeah.
a cliff, and it's overlooking the city, and she's basically invites Menchi just the whole sob story of like, oh wow, you're great. Maybe you should come and live with me in Japan. Story. But the
Yeah.
bit where you're like, oh well, that's her dead.
No, there are some mountains in Hong Kong.
At the waterside.
Behind the water. Like, behind the city. So
Yeah.
you could look down over the city into the water.
Maybe that's what they're doing, but I don't
Yeah.
think so.
It's never been an angle I've noticed of Hong Kong. From every time I see something in Hong Kong, it's down and it's boats at a harbour.
Yeah.
Almost like 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Or an embassy building somewhere.
There'd be reasons for that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they're on top of this cliff, and she's basically invited Menchi to come live with them. And Menchi's like, anything to get away from Excel, I'm on it. Not to mention that she also doesn't understand Menchi, and it's like, I'm going to call you Menchi.
Oh, that's actually funny. It's like, I hope this isn't too specific, but it's like this, and it's like, it's this, and it's like, I'm gonna call you this. That seems right. It's like, yep,
Yeah, it's like this.
nailed it, nailed
This
it.
one thing that it's like that some stringy meat or something I taste one time in Japan. I think
I'm gonna need to check it up because I don't know. Minced. It means minced.
minced. All right.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
God, that poor dog. The poor dog is named after ground meat. Oh, oh no.
It's the Mercy's food supply.
Yeah. Oh, that's dark.
This whole thing's dark, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so basically, she also then, I think they're on a boat. Yeah, when she's on one of the boats that they take across the world,
Mm-hmm.
she goes, "Oh, you can't sleep too," and she says, "I'm thinking of Wolf." Call back to the original episode,
Yep.
and she puts Menchi on like the banister of the boat, and not holding
Yes.
on to him or anything, and he's
Nope.
like there going, "Ah!" And then you hear a sploosh, so I think he does fall in.
Yeah. Poor Menchi.
Anyway, so they're on top of this cliff in Hong Kong.
Yep.
She gets shot because the assassin appears and he reveals himself to be her uncle
Yep.
and the old man from the first Menchie's Adventures. It's like, you thought
Yeah.
that bitch killed me type thing. Because it has to allude that Menchie is a female. Because it
Yes,
was
that's
mentioned
true.
earlier. So you can call her a bitch legally.
Okay.
Um, and he needs to kill her because he needs all the money to pay for the robot, the $1 million man robot. It actually looks like a villain from Mario, Mega Man, even. Uh,
Yes.
anyway, so I think he goes for the dog first to shoot the dog. He pulls out the gun like RoboCop style out the hip.
Yep.
Don't do the
Shoot from the hip.
twirl. Don't do the twirl. Like
No, that's copyright.
he can't. He can have the gun in the hip.
Yeah,
Pardon
you
me.
can't do the gun twirl.
But he can't do the gun twirl.
That'd be too much.
Yeah. So anyway, and then he shoots and she goes, "No, Menchie!" Or she stops the bullet, and it's like, "Oh!" And then Menchie gets really upset, and then he pulls out a big dick cannon. Oh, I suppose more a belly button.
Well, yeah, on a female dog. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then shoots it, but I think she dodges and runs off it, and then just like implants himself on his face, and then he goes, "No, you bitch!" And then she kind of falls off the cliff, and he goes, "I'll be back."
In part 3, I have scrolled through to make sure. I don't think there's a part 3.
No, we made it past him. And I think
25 years later, like, you know what? We need another Menchi episode.
and Menchie is kind of like fallen a while at this point. But then I think Excel and Hyatt are there, and they're launched a firecracker.
Yeah, they've also been sent on a world spanning mission.
Yeah, yeah. So
Is this wait? Is this the one where at the start of it, she's Excel is yelling about how much she loves Il Palazzo, and then he like goes goes to pull the thing, and she's like and like starts preparing for it, and he's like, no, you know what? This is important. I need
yeah.
I
Well,
need you in good health.
yeah, because he asked at the start, I was like, "Are you both in good health?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I am good health. I'm in excellent
Hyatt's
health."
lying on the ground bleeding. She's like, well, it's the best she's been.
Yeah. I guess that's good health for her.
Yeah, it's great health. Kinda.
Yeah. So they've been kind of like in the background of this episode.
Yeah. Dossing about, not doing much.
Yeah. Well, they got hit by the car that Menchi was driving. Well,
That's
Menchi was
true.
in
Yeah.
on the desert road. It's like, hey, fly your flag down. It's like, And then she goes, "Did I hit someone?
Eh.
It's all right. I'm rich. I'll pay for
Never mind.
it." Yeah. Uh, and yeah, so then they find kind of the dead body
Yeah.
of what's her name, Alps lady.
Yeah. I can't remember her name.
Uh,
She is mentioned in the Wikipedia page as young industry heiress.
that's
So
right.
there you
uh,
go.
and then just oh, she's dead. Oh no, she's got a faint heartbeat. We need to give her CPR or something. Can you do that, Hyatt? No, but I do have this medicine that I drink when I really need to. And she just pours this green stuff into her. She gets up and it goes energy, and then it's like swims to Japan. Uh, um, where Menchi's flown off, and she lands into a bag,
Mm-hmm.
which is then next thing you hear is like, all right, all aboard for departing to the airport, and they all get this put this bag in this bus and travel to the airport, and then they go back to Japan, and it gets delivered to their flat area again, and then the people who started all at the start, they're still arguing because
Yes.
he's not going to some dance recital or something because he had other plans, and then find Menchi is like, "What's this dog, filthy dog out here?" and then like throw it back through the window
Yeah.
or something. Anyway, so he lands back in the apartment as Excel and Hyatt appear and go, "Ah, we didn't do it." I did like there's a scene with Hyatt and Excel when they're on a boat and they're looking for a tiger whale or something, and Hyatt just like Excel like, "Don't die on me now. We were looking for this tiger whale." Okay, and then it just like pops out the water right at this boat, and then Hyatt's like, "Yep, I'm done. Bye." And then he just kills over this tiger whale. Just it's just kind of like frozen image of like the tiger whale just jumping in the air right at the boat. Uh,
Jesus
and
Christ.
um, oh, and we get to see the a wee bit more of Pedro's story. Yep, it's in this one.
What
This
bit happens?
So this is the bit where we'll recap it in the next episode, but this is the bit he basically he's standing there fighting. And he's found out that that man is is Gomez, but like his
Oh,
wife,
yeah.
and
The guy who just splits his skin open. Yeah.
yeah, but his wife and Microcosm is in his
Uh,
arms now, and he's like,
yes.
"Yeah, I just good with the ladies, mate." And then his ex-wife kind of shouts at Pedro saying, "Yo, you didn't work." It's like, but I had to feed for you and do that. Yeah, but you never came back. Gomez got like the express thing every night or something, somehow, to like South America. And then Navashine appears. It's like,
As he does.
right, time to get you ready. Time to power you up. And he like kind of grabs his shoulder and like goes, raw, all Dragon Ball style. And Pedro grows an afro. And he's like, an afro? No, I hate afros. And Navashine says, what's wrong with an afro? I don't like
Nabishin's
afros.
whole style.
Yeah, I don't like afros. And I think that's the end of that's the further development of Pedro.
Uh, good lord.
And that's basically all this episode.
What do you think of this one, Colin?
It's alright. It's fucking ridiculous. I was like, oh, okay. Uh, I think I'll give it a 7 though.
I'll go a 6 because I think I gave the first one a 7, or did I give it a 6? Anyway, I don't think it was quite as good as the first Menchi's Great Adventure because that one was truly absurdist.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it didn't have the walking dogs in it.
No, that
Walking,
is
talking
true.
dogs.
I'll
Just
I'll I'll, I'll stick with the 6. it's fine.
That's fair enough.
I'm noticing that IMDb has a lot of these rated at like 8 and 9, and I was like, what show are you watching?
Yeah, but like that's because I think I think this show isn't like it's definitely not for the plot, but it's
No,
like
no, it is not.
it's
I enjoy that there are actually probably sort of in the same way that Skullface bookseller Honda-san had like kind of very sort of niche jabs at genre and stuff like that. Like I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Like I think the people who wrote it very clearly know the material. They know how to work with a budget. They know how to do these things, and like for that, it's yeah, like it's exceptionally well done for that.
Yeah. Well, I think in last week I was ended up looking up that director.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Uh,
guy who is Lupin,
Nabashin.
who's Nabishin. Yeah,
Yeah, he's done a lot of things that we've watched. He's
yeah.
he's not like it's not like just this is his whole thing. He's done like a lot of serious stuff. Wow.
No, so he knows. I think that like to me, it's clear that the person or people involved with this generally know the business, the industry, how things work, where to poke fun, where the absurdity lies. Like there's a lot of like where the selective pressures come from studios and fans and financial problems and stuff like that. So it's clever in that way. And
Yeah,
maybe that's something I need to retarget my thinking a bit better with it.
yeah. I think it's actually quite clever kind of show for what it is, but at the
Definitely
same
clever.
time, it's just is it.
It doesn't make it easier to watch. Like I
Oh
think
no.
like vignette wise, like some of the stuff is really funny. Like really
Mm,
funny in some cases. Um, I think it's just when it's all smashed together, it's very difficult sometimes.
mm,
But it's yeah, like because what do you do? Like it's supposed to be absurdist. It's supposed to be a mess. So like
mhm.
it's hard to rate it badly for things that it's doing kind of deliberately in some cases.
I think most of the things it does is deliberate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah,
Well,
we're going to make this awful.
the next episode, and I'm not going to lie to you, Colin, I watched both of these. I'm reading the synopsis for this, and I'm like, what?
Oh, we should get the synopsis of this one then, because this.
Right, I'll read it all out. Episode 20, The Best of Mr. Pedro.
Mhm.
This episode recaps all that has happened to Pedro since the Koshi Rikdo assassination plan: his death, supernatural affair with the Great Will, discovery of his family's betrayal with Gomez, and his drowning by that man. It also advances his subplot by showing just how sinister and powerful that man is. Nabishin and Sandora arrive to help, to dubious but comedic effect.
All right. So let's start with literally the start of this episode,
Okay.
where it does the usual. I'll authorize this to be a thing
Yep.
because it's like basically you got the group of directors all kind of hanging about,
Yeah.
and this thing is like we have no idea what's going on in this show. It's episode 19. We still have a plot and stuff like that. Let's do this thing, and then he got Nabashin. It's like I got the stamp, and then this other one brings out like the bit of paper to do the authorization seal of approval of making it another flashback episode.
Yeah. Is this? But it's some. That's a similar start to the one where they're like literally forcing him to do it at the.
Yeah, but this time it's not. He doesn't
No, he just
actually.
has the stamp.
He has the stamp, and then
Yeah.
he does that. It's like I did not authorize this. No.
So the author has lost control.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
which actually kind of links up to one of the things I wrote in our synopsis of our previous episode was that maybe Rikdo is actually the victim in all of this.
Well, I mean, the first episode was all about him getting assassinated.
Yeah. But like legitimately he's like, oh no, he's getting shit on all the time.
Oh, oh yeah. So, this one. is basically just got Excel and Hyatt in a bar for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're just drinking away, and they're saying things like, basically saying, "Oh, I don't know what's going on with this. How can they be doing like another like rerun kind of episode?" Blah blah blah. And Hyatt goes and says, "Oh, maybe they just ran out of ideas," and then it's just like dead silence for like a minute,
Yeah.
and it's like, "Don't be stupid. It can't be saying that things."
I remember that, but I'm absolutely lost because I'm the rest of it. I'm just like, is it just because I've seen the rest of it? I'm just can't imagine it as another episode.
Well, yeah. I mean, literally, it's just basically the New Year special they had,
Yeah,
where they entailed Pedro the movie.
yeah. It's the actual movie of
Hmm.
Pedro the movie almost.
Yeah,
It's the actual realization of the trailer.
yeah, yeah. Pardon me. Yeah. So, but it's done in episodes. So it's like episode one,
Yeah,
Pedro
yeah.
meets XL, and they do the whole rerun of recap of XL and Pedro on the scaffolding.
The assassination plot.
Uh, well, he wasn't part of that. He was just there.
No, that just happened while Excel was there.
Yeah, yeah. And episode two is where everything kind of went on fire and things started falling down.
He meets the the cosmos, the macrocosm, the great will, depending on which part of this you read.
Yeah, yeah. He does at that point because it's like there and it's like, and then she's like, "Oh, time's up," and then she buggers off and he's just kind of lying
Yep.
there. And then next episode he kind of wakes up and goes, "Ah, burning." So it alludes and there's some like, interspersed bits of like Excel and Hyatt in
Yeah.
this bar, and they explain some things like Pedro was never in the original manga, from what they were saying. They just eyed him in,
That's right.
uh,
So now,
and it,
now you have almost two episodes dedicated to a guy who doesn't exist in your source material.
yeah, yeah. um, and basically, it goes pretty much all the way through this episode, showing all the wee bits of Pedro's story. So you know, he's there. He wakes up next to Miss Universe, Miss
Yep.
Microcosm, and he's like, "No!" And then he gets back to his family, and his son runs through and to his wife, and then he sees Gomez,
The betrayal.
the betrayal, and he goes, "No!" Because that's how it ended for pretty much a good half
A good
the.
while, yeah.
It's just always saying no.
We then is it then we pick him up because then we pick him up while he's like a pudding under the water.
Yeah, so that was quite recent. So it's
Yeah.
Gomez. He tries to speak to someone to help him to talk to
Yep.
his wife, but then it was that man. He appeared there and he
Yep.
just spoke. He's like, "Oh no, he doesn't understand me." Then he like possessed someone, and she's like, "I'm Pedro," and then the wife just kind of kicks him through the roof of the house.
Yes.
Um, and then he like gets drunk in the bar, makes microcosm, and then they kind of sleep together, and then
Yeah.
that man appears, and that man is apparently was. The reason he's referenced as that man is because he was like just be a one-time off character or something.
But then they've made him into Gomez, so
Yeah, it made him into the whole movie, the big bad.
uh,
Uh, and then he drags him away and throws him into the Tokyo Bay in a big giant pudding.
yep.
Microcosm comes and saves him.
Saves him.
And then they get the episode. Was it the Japan Animation episode? The one where they go to America and it's like Nabashine's driving through a tunnel. It's like, we're
Oh,
on
we
episode
have
19 and we'd had no plot.
it. It's whatever one where oh fuck what are their names? Ropon Matsu 1 and Ropon Matsu 2 get shot into the sky in their boxes and crush Excel.
Oh, oh yeah, it was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's driving along this tunnel. It's like, there's no, we haven't got a single bit of plot yet, and it's like episode 16, and then he just kind of looks into the sky and sees like the microcosm and Pedro flying to
Yep.
get revenge. You're going back to your family to get your revenge.
It's like, well, that'll do, I
And he's
guess.
like, no, you're not ready yet. And then he drives in his car and he like presses a button and he gets like the
It turns into the plane.
air hostess mode on, and then like launches himself off a cliff and then instantly explodes. Uh, and then they kind of burst through the door and like Gomez. Oh no, he looks so angry and upset. And then cuts to another episode and they're sitting drinking some coffee.
They're having lunch. Yeah, they're sitting at the table in his house
Yeah,
with each other.
yeah, having a wee conversation. And then the microcosm appears like fight, and then they're outside and they're powering up to fight, and then like just they both kind of stare each other down, and then the tumbleweed happens, and like a whole more tumbleweed happens, and microcosm's like, get on with it. Oh yeah, okay. And then they have a fight, and Gomez like three hit combos him. And it's like, no, how could it be? And then you're like, oh yeah, so haven't you realised I'm this man? That man, no! Wait, you're kind of voice slimmer too? No! And then he gets to the power up bit, and then it's like, oh, well, that's it. And then the bartender who's been putting the tapes in
Yep.
all this time is just like, well, actually, I just got my hands on like the latest stuff. And then Bill said, and then I don't actually know what happens because that was a wild trip that last 5 minutes because it's like the power up and then his son appears with an afro because he
Yep.
gets shot
Yep.
in the American episode. It's I'm back. The afro saved me. And then there's a bit where they're all kind of like sitting on top of each other, wiggling their arms, going, offense is the best defense. Offense is the best defense. And then the guy just walks up behind them and just puts them over because they're facing the wrong way. And then that man just like blasts off into outer space holding the microcosm and his wife because the wife merges with the microcosm. And they're like, what? And it's like, what? What's going on?
You know, as you're talking, I'm just like, yes, yes. Oh God, I did see that. And it's, I think, like, I can't remember what night it was I watched these, but I must have been exceptionally tired. Because I remember, like, I watched them back to back. I vividly remember Menchi's Great Adventure. And this one, it's like, no, I'm needing coursed.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they were in the bar. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they were in the bar.
Yeah, yeah. And then it kind of ends with that, and they're like, "All right, cool." And then they went to like episode 26, and then up to 32. There was like another 6 episodes apparently in the videotape because each bit was like
Oh,
episode
yeah.
this, episode that, and then it was like 26 was the bit where the sun appears, and then 32 is when he's blasting off into outer space.
Thank God they don't need to cover that bit.
No.
This will never get there.
Yeah. So then it kind of kicks back to the bar, and I think the bartender's like, right, I'm kicking you out now. You
Yeah,
gotta go.
cutting you off. Get
And
out.
Excel and Hyatt just
Hyatt.
go, what was it? I sent it to you. I sent it to you. What did they say?
Oh, you did.
Miso Benda, nah, nah,
Miso
nah.
Benda Nana.
Yeah. Miso Bendo, nah, nah. And then it kind of like waved the arms like, Miso Bendo, nah, nah. Miso Bendo, nah, nah. And then it cuts to like, the outro is like, this is a failure. And then they're just there in the black going, Niso Bendo Bana. And then it goes to the credits. And it's like, what? It's just some drop trip, this one.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I
It's,
don't know.
it's great. It's best episode yet.
Oh my god.
Absurd. Um, do you ever watch like
Ah,
the how far of the much of the episode do you watch? Do you watch right to the end at the past the credits?
no, usually I'm out. Usually I'm like, son,
Yeah.
flick.
Is that
Flick the
because
iPad.
the stupid dog?
Yeah, yeah. I can't.
Oh
I
man.
watched it once. That was enough.
There's an episode where dog and the
The woman
interpreter
switch places.
switch places.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I just don't know which episode that is. So this
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
so at the end, you get like we kind of like it's like 21st century Fox kind of logo
No,
right
okay,
there.
so I've seen some of the things like that because I have skipped through sometimes because there was one that I can't remember what episode, maybe in the clip episode where they did the extended episode outro.
Hmm.
Uh and then there was a little bit in between that and then there were a few other episodes more recently where they like cut back to the guys going like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah.
So,
Um, so this
I
one ends
have on
with
occasion.
Pedro kind of just appear in the wee bubble, explaining what's going to happen next episode. Hi, it's Pedro here, and it's going to be some saucy thing. I don't know how we're doing it, type thing.
Oh my
Apparently,
god.
I believe it's something like Victors of Love or something. Is the next episode title?
Visually appealing type.
Visually appealing type. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I've just read a sentence in this I don't like.
Yeah, yeah, they did. I was warned.
Sending Excel's libido into an uncontrollable frenzy.
Hey, I thought I was always in an uncontrollable frenzy.
Well, Excel herself is in an uncontrollable frenzy all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, well, how did you rate this one?
I think for the type less show this is, it's probably the best one because it's stupidly absurd,
Yeah, it knew what it was doing.
and it got more absurd as it got on. I'm going to give it a 9.
Uh, uh, a 7.
That's fair.
I don't know, like I still grudge watching all the Pedro stuff again
I think the
because
federal stuff is the best bit. It's the bit it makes the most sense.
my favorite bits are the bits where XL does the yelling and says "Hail, El Palazzo," and then gets punished for it every time.
Not been
Those segments
happening.
those are hilarious.
Yeah, not been happening for a while.
And well, they did the one in the last one where she didn't get sponged.
Yeah, because no, it's too important. I need you healthy.
Yeah, I need you to be healthy. And then it's his highest dying. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's fine. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's just high. She dies in the bar, and this
Yeah,
one, she's
she
just
dies
there.
everywhere.
I don't know. There's like the animation was completely like obviously repeated a lot because they're saving money on it, and there's a bit where she's like, I thought it was like blood fountain, but she's drinking wine or something. So I don't know if she's just spitting it in the air. But
Well,
but she does fall over and keel over, and then
yeah.
there's a scene where Excel's like in some Shakespearean get up, saying I'm like the mass heroine something, and then she
Well,
kind of climbs up, and then Menchi kind of covers the face, and then they all fall down behind the bar, and it's just like this like mushroom cloud of blood appears.
the thing with I always will go back to that scene at the swimming pool episode where the, the guy is given a drink, a tomato juice. He's like, "Wow, this is really full." It's like, I don't think it's tomato juice, dude.
No.
I think she's just bleeding all the time.
We're personally bleeding out our mouth.
Like she's drinking that can and just replacing it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, we've done it. we've got 6 more episodes to go.
Oh. Oh. 3.
Wait, well, yeah, we got 3 more episodes of us doing this to go, and 6 more total episodes of Excel Saga to go.
To watch.
So
Yeah.
to watch, we will be back next time to talk about more Excel Saga. So until then, you've been listening to Who's That Anime, a podcast about anime, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. If you like what we do, leaving a review is a cool way to help. If you can't leave a review or already have, then telling a friend is another great way to help. You can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Who's That Anime for early episode access for this podcast and our other podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, A Journey Through Dragon Ball. Currently, we're on Dragon Ball Z. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional memes. We have a Discord group. You can join that by clicking the link in the show notes. And we also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Who's That Anime, where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. And if you like to listen to podcasts on YouTube, you can do that too, because the RSS feeds for Who's That Anime and 5 Minute Fusion can be found on our YouTube channel as well. And that's us.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Out of here. Miso Bento. Nah, nah, nah.
Nah.
Miso Bento. Nah, nah, nah. Oh no, you're in the.
Offense is the greatest defense dance.
Yeah. Oh, it's the greatest. Oh man, that's almost like Yakute Japan. They did that at one point, where they had to have the nimble hands, so they got wiggly hands
For the
like that.
kneading the dough?
Needing the dough. I think that was the one in when they're doing like the French like croissants and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta aerate that
Yeah.
pastry. I need to watch that again.
Have you actually watched that?
I watched like the first 5 or 6 episodes and it was quite fun, and then I never went back to it. But
I mean, that's like 49 episodes. I want to say long.
I could give it a try.
Can I give you the twist of the whole story?
Yeah, go for it.
The big bad man that they all kind of want to compete against is actually the main character's dad.
Shit, I've never heard that before.
No,
No, that never happens in shows.
no. I mean, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a completely
The original
serious
twist,
show.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened to Angelic
Incredible.
Lair too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Angelic Lair is like a prime example of this. You're like, oh, it's like, who could it be? It's like, it's the mum. It's always been the mum. It's been the mum from the second episode. It's like, what a surprise! You're like, no, it's absolutely not.
I mean, the surprise end is how they managed to like come together at the end of it somehow.
Yeah, I guess so.
More and oh, it's the mum because yeah.
Yeah, they've definitely driven that one home. I will say very quickly, if you haven't already watched it, the show Paradise on Disney, you should watch that. Everyone should watch that. It's very good.
Paradise.
Yep. Last episode was wild.
Was it as wild as Pedro?
It's pretty nuts. It has a 9.6 on IMDb.
9.6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the payoff's good. Like the rest of the show's like good, like high good. But every other episode feels just like payoff for this one, and it's really great.
Oh, I think that's how it should be for the last episode. Like,
Oh, it's not the last episode. There's one more.
oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how they're gonna top that, but
that's gonna be a disappointment. That's just gonna be like, oh, everyone's dead. Nuclear explosion.
well, yeah, you should watch the show.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I think that's good. So on that note, we'll see you next week. Same every time, same any place, same enemies currently.
Bye, folks.
Bye. Bye.
Man, this show is rotting my brain.
Yeah.